Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Wednesday, 13th October, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Masters president disappointed with practice sessions, and in our feature for this evening, we have a special report from the SKNFA. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
For each and every one of us, food tells a story. It starts with agriculture, and our actions impact its journey each step of the way. We have one planet and are part of one system. We must work together to build a better future. We need to reconnect with nature and work as one. Let's rewrite the story of food for a better, more sustainable world. Our actions are our future.
Well, I'm back, and we start with cricket. President of the Nevis Masters Cricket Association, Franklin Cut Daniel, is not a happy trooper. Daniel has openly expressed disappointment with the showing, or better put, the lack of showing by the over 35 cricketers at practice sessions. In a recent post, President Daniel expressed his displeasure. Quote, "I'm hoping this week players get serious with days of practice. Next week is a tournament we are preparing for. Therefore, we need to take a more serious approach going into these games." End of quote. Manager of the Masters cricket team, Oscar Astor Brown, also expressed similar sentiments when he stated, "The turnout to the practice has been disappointing. It begs me to wonder if we'll even be able to field one team next weekend." The over 35s have practice sessions scheduled from Monday to Thursday each week starting at 5 p.m. A match slated for last weekend at the VOGN grounds had to be called off due to a lack of players. Nevis is expected to field two teams in the upcoming Luther Kelly Over 35 tournament scheduled for the 23rd and 24th of October at the Edgar Gilbert Sporting Complex in St. Kitts. The Nevis team is the defending champions. Meanwhile, further afield, Chris Gayle has turned words for Curtly Ambrose after the former West Indies fast bowler said that the batter wouldn't be an automatic pick in his first West Indies 11 for the upcoming T20 World Cup, which begins on Sunday in the UAE. Gayle hit back at Ambrose, saying he has no respect for the former player and that he's finished with him. "I'm speaking about Curtly Ambrose. I'm singling out Curtly Ambrose, one of your own. I highly respected him when I came into the West Indies team," Gayle told the Island Tea Morning Show, a radio station in St. Kitts, on Tuesday. "When I just joined the team, I looked up to this man, but I'm now speaking from my heart. I don't know what, since he retired, what he has against Chris Gayle. Those negative things he has been saying within the press, I don't know if he's looking for attention, but he's getting the attention. So I'm just going to give him back some attention which he requires and which he needs. I can tell you personally, and you can let him know for me, that Chris Gayle, the universe boss, has no respect for Curtly Ambrose whatsoever." Gayle, who was part of the 2012 and 2016 World Cup winning teams, added that if former West Indies players continue to be negative and not support the team, then the universe boss is going to be disrespectful verbally in their face, he said. "I'm finished with Curtly Ambrose," Gayle 42 said. "I have no respect. Anytime I see him, I will tell him as well. Stop being negative. Support the team ahead of the World Cup. This team has been selected and we need past players to support us. We need that. We don't need negative energy. In other teams, their past players support their teams. Why can't our own support us in this big tournament?" Though Ambrose felt that if Gayle gets going, he can still be destructive, he said the batter hasn't done much in the last 18 months to convince him that he will set the World Cup alight. "For me," said Ambrose, "Gayle is definitely not an automatic choice for starting." Ambrose said on a radio talk show in Barbados, "When you look at his exploits over the last 18 months, he has struggled, not only for the West Indies but for other T20 franchises. The few home series we played, he hasn't had any scores of significance. Well, two big men going at it. We'll see what transpires. In more World Cup news, Narain won't be added to the T20 World Cup squad despite IPL form, Pollard confirms. The West Indies captain, meanwhile, hopes to have a fit again Andre Russell during the tournament. Sunil Narain produced one of the IPL's best ever individual performances in Monday's Eliminator, but West Indies will resist the temptation to parachute him into their squad ahead of the deadline for the ICC on Friday. Narain took 4 for 21, including the wickets of Virat Kohli, A.B. de Villiers and Glenn Maxwell to restrict the Royal Challengers Bangalore to 138 for 7 in Sharjah before hitting the first 3 legal balls he faced for 6 as a pinch hitter at number 5 to ensure that the Kolkata Knight Riders progressed to the second qualifier against Delhi Capitals, which should have been played earlier today. Since the IPL's resumption in the UAE, he has taken 11 wickets in 8 matches, conceding 6.12 runs per over. But Narain has not played international cricket since August 2019 for a variety of reasons and missed the cut for the West Indies T20 World Cup squad when it was announced last month after failing to meet the board's minimum fitness criteria. Roger Harper, the head selector, said at the time, Sunil Narain is a great miss for the team, but like this is a tournament, we would need him. Any team would miss having a bowler of that quality in the team, but he did not make our fitness standards. Speaking from the team's base in Dubai on Tuesday, Kieron Pollard, the West Indies captain and a close friend of Narain, refused to be drawn further in under Narain's non-inclusion, but indicated that there would not be any changes to the 15-man squad, barring injury or illness. That has been explained, Pollard said. If I add my 2 cents or my words on how his non-inclusion came about, then it could be spun, just like how he's bowling on these Sharjah wickets in all different directions. Let's deal with the 15 guys that we have here at this moment, which is more important, and see if we can rally around them and defend our title. And in T20 World Cup warm-up so far, Sri Lanka's lower order battered them out of a precarious situation to secure a tight win over Bangladesh. Chasing 148, Sri Lanka had slumped to 79 for 6 in 12 before Fernando 62 from 42 and Shamika Kunaratne 29 from 25 put together an unbroken 69 runs partnership to seal victory with just 1 over to spare. The pair only 2 nights ago had rescued Sri Lanka in another tricky trace against Oman in a T20 encounter. Bangladesh's own innings was in a fair degree of disarray. They had Saka to thank for lifting them to a formidable total. Saka top-scored with 34 from 26 balls, even as the other Bangladesh batters floundered, with none of the others crossing the unbeaten 16 made by Hassan and Linton Das. Shamira, fresh from the IPL stint with the challengers Bangalore, impressed immediately, taking 3 for 27. In another match, Ireland was too strong for Papua New Guinea, registering an 8-wicket win as the side started their preparations for the T20 World Cup with a warm-up fixture on Tuesday. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Hi, I'm Allie Jordan Gilbert, and I am encouraging everyone to join me as I participate in the National Weight Loss Campaign. Boy!
Well, I'm back, and tonight football is in the spotlight. Tonight we have this special report from the SKNFA's media consultant, Andre Huey.
2 football match officials from St. Kitts and Nevis were featured in FIFA World Cup qualifying matches on Thursday. Kimball Ward was a 4th official in the match between El Salvador and Panama, held in San Salvador, El Salvador, while Trisley Basu was a 4th official in the matchup between the USA and Jamaica in Austin, Texas. In addition to these major accomplishments, the women officials from the Federation are also shining. Chandra Wilkinson has been selected as a match official for the 2021 CONCACAF Women's Under-17 qualifier slated for the IMG Stadium in Florida, USA from October 20th to November 1st. Chairman of the Referees Committee on the Executive of the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association, the SKNFA, Mr. John Bergen, said these selections are testament to the SKNFA's development of referees and match officials over the years.
The SKNFA has invested heavily in refereeing, and it is seen now on the field of play. Presently, we have 6 match officials, 3 referees, and 3 assistant referees. They are appointed FIFA officials. And I must give commendation to the former SKNFA executive, led by the late Mr. Anthony Johnson. The referees department has been managed by Mr. Malcolm Ramsey, and Mr. Malcolm Ramsey have done a tremendous job in getting our referees, the performance of our referees up to an elite level over the past couple of years. And he's assisted by Delroy Jeffords, the referees department assistant manager, and also Mace Field out of Nevis, who is a referee instructor.
Mr. Bergen also revealed that a number of match officials recently passed a fitness test. The match co-officiated by Basu in Texas between the USA and Jamaica ended 2-0 in favor of the home side. Basu is one of 3 Caribbean nationals among the match officials. The referee was Rion Radix of Grenada, and the second assistant referee, Iroots Appleton, is from Antigua and Barbuda.
Well, thank you so much, Andre. And that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.